emphasize that. And also Gloop, who was a recent staff member at WCR, a replay staff member, I believe. So welcome aboard, Gloop, and big shout out from Box for doing the tournament. And for winning the tournament, he gets cool shout outs and a Systemshark AC. That was all he had to say at the end of that, and lots of review questions. You know what, I think I'll just include my question sheet. I just had it in a notepad document, but I'll put it in the AC, so if you guys want to read over what he actually said when he replied to my PM, why not? Give you guys something else to look at. Hope you guys enjoyed the audio commentary, and we'll talk to you next time, which I don't know what that is. Whenever something interesting comes, we'll do a commentary on it. And I hope you enjoyed listening to the 11 or so minute cut that I made for the radio thing I did. I hope to do that again in the near future, in the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And I'll definitely let you guys know on the forums when that happens, so if you can tune in live if you want to listen in. I'll probably make another cut like I did for this one to host for you guys and check it out. And if you have any questions and want to kind of help me out with the whole pursuing professional gaming and esports in the mainstream media as far as radio, if you know of anybody that can help me out with it, or if you have experience yourself getting on the radio in America or anywhere else and you're interested in helping out the project, maybe doing some kind of gaming radio new website or show or something. I have no idea what. Kind of the sky's the limit. I'm very, very open to suggestions. I want to move forward with that, and I love getting other people involved in my projects. Although I seem to be more successful when I do things myself and then get people involved after it's already set up. If anyone has any ideas, I'm very, very open to them, and I love to get especially the fans in WCR involved in my projects. The last thing I'll say here before we close out is member audio commentaries on the front page. If you're interested in doing commentaries yourself and you think you've got what it takes, I don't care if you're an ex-staff member, if you're a current staff member and you're not an audio staff, or if you're just a regular forum member. If you want to make an audio commentary and you want to get it on the front page, just go ahead and submit it via the member audio commentary section, and in the thread subject, just write front page submission, whatever you want, the game name and your name in it. We'll look at it. I don't look at all of them, but I do look at most of them. And some of the other audio commentators check them out as well. So we'll look at them, and if it's good, we'll put it for submission. Just don't PM us asking us if your audio is getting on the front page. If it's getting on the front page, I'll PM you and let you know when it's going to happen or how it's going to work out. So just kind of assume it's not going to be on the front page after you submit it until you hear from us. If you want me to check it out and you want to PM me about it, that's fine. If you really think it's that good and you want me to check it out, or if you want some constructive criticisms, I love to help you guys out. So PM me and let me know that's posted, and I'll check it out, because I don't generally look at the site or that area of the site all the time. I try to at least look at it once or twice a week, but sometimes I mess up. But check it out, and I love to feature the WCR members on the front page of WCR, so we'll do that when we can. And until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully we'll hear from each other again, and you guys will hear from Systemshark at least a few more times for some WCR commentating action. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Bye. Alright, everybody, we have a late addition to this audio commentary. We are going to be featuring EPHEX, the coordinator for the King of the Hill number 3 WCR tournament that was recently run this weekend. And he's joining me here on Ventrilo for some quick interview questions. So the first question I have for you, EPHEX, is how did the tourney go overall? Why did you pick this format and the particular map pool?
Hey, guys. I'd say overall it went pretty good. There are some complaints about the time I posted. I posted the Zulu time, which doesn't take into account daylight saving, so some of the Euro players were an hour early. I picked a best of 3s to get a decent number of games in. If there was more than 32 players, I probably would have set it to best of 1s till, say, the semifinals. I picked the map pool based on what I thought was fair and popular at the moment, but due to some complaints, I removed Lost Temple and put in Melting Valley.
All right, so how many participants did you expect to have, and how many did you actually have in the tournament? Participation, and all that great stuff.
I had about 25 sign up, less participating though. I was shooting for somewhere between 60 and 32, so it seems like a pretty good number for what I was hoping for. I was trialing some new software, so I didn't front page it, which meant lower overall numbers. I'll probably get more exposure for the next one.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to try to incorporate the front page a little bit better next time around. So Box ended up winning this again, and he was the winner of the last one. So do you think there's anybody at WCR that can dethrone the king of the WCR Hill?
Yeah, there's some good players in the forums. Diwali came close this time. There's another guy named Flame Dark Knight who could probably give him a run for his money. Even players like Acid Rain, Lotto, Priest, there's probably some other good players. I just can't really think of everyone, but yeah, I think there are definitely some people out there that can probably give him a run for his money.
Speaking of Valley, was there anything that he could have done different, in your opinion, in his matches to change the outcome?
I felt the differences were pretty small, actually. I think that he had a shot in each of the games that they played. Box is traditionally a human player with Valley Undead, and I think currently there's a small edge for Undead in the matchup, which makes Box pick other races on different maps. Races he might not be quite as good with, even though his random is very strong.
So these finals actually had a very unique outcome. In Game 3, which should have been the final, something interesting happened with Box. So if you want to go into a little bit of details on what happened in the supposed Game 3 finals and what forced a Game 4.
Basically, Box just disked. He was having a lot of net problems throughout the tourney, and his net gave out in that game. He was trying to save at the time. That's too bad.
So a decision was made to play in a Game 4. How did the antagonist, Mr. Valley, decide to handle this great news?
I was pretty much ready to give it to Diwali and feeling pretty miserable for doing so. Because, I mean, it's the final game of a tourney, and deciding it with a drop isn't that cool. I shared my thoughts, and Valley piped up saying it wasn't really fair to do it that way, and then it should be replayed.
Good man, Valley. Lots of respect for that player. It was a very mature decision to make. Even in such a small tournament, has a big impact, I think, on the outcome of future events, too. So very respectful of Valley for acting the way he did in that scenario. So how did you guys come to the decision to remake on a different map? And specifically, why did you guys pick Plunder Isle?
Well, at that point, the players are getting pretty tired, and I wanted to keep it exciting. I didn't feel it was the right thing to redo it on Melting Valley, as Box had picked it and he dropped. So I picked Plunder Isles because it's a fan favorite, and it's actually one of my old school favorites as well.
Yeah, another interesting thing about that Game 4 match was both players decided to go random. So how did that turn about? Was that something that you suggested, or was it something that the players worked out?
I didn't actually bring that up. I think it was the Valley that brought it up. Which is kind of funny because I think he knows that Box is a pretty strong random player as it was. I'm not too sure how his human is. He seemed to do alright, so I think it was relatively even.
Alright. So the last question I have for you here is if there's anything you think you will change for the future tournaments. I know a lot of the members are looking forward to another King of the Hill tournament and trying to dethrone Mr. Box. So is there anything that you've learned from this tournament experience that you've had that you think you'll bring incorporate into future events? And basically, just simply put, is there anything you think you will change for the next one?
Yeah, I'll probably publish it more. I'll work with Chicas to improve the bracket system. I'll try to get the time nailed down with absolute clarity. And I'll have the King probably play only one final match against the number one player of the tourney. For the bracket system, I hope to set it so that people's Game Arena names are attached to their forum names, and we can set it so that the different games each player plays are hot linkable for download.
Okay, I lied. I have one more fun little audio thing for you too. Is there anything that you would like to shout out to anyone in particular? Feel free to take this last line to say whatever you want. So the mic is yours, my friend. Thank you for a great tournament, and we'll hope to see more from you in the future.
Oh, well, shout out to Diwali and Box for being some of the best mannered players that I dealt with in the whole tournament. That was great to see those two in the final. And man, Gloop, he put in a lot of effort for this, hosting games and stuff. I think he would have showcased it too if it was more continuous. So shout out to him. I think that's all I got for right now.
All right, I guess that'll end this interview. Thanks again for your time, EPHEX, and thanks for a great tournament. Hope you guys enjoyed this little interview from EPHEX, the coordinator for the WCR King of the Hill tournament that was recently run this weekend. And hope you guys enjoyed watching a bunch of the replays and had fun participating in it, those of you that did.